So today, I will be redoing my king class. And this, to the people who watched my channel a while ago or just came across it, this is an old custom from the older custom videos. And, well, it's just like, well, before I get into it, I'm just gonna say, I've been struggling to find inspiration or just getting in a mood for a project, because the last one was Lady. And ever since I finished that, I've just been stuck. I was thinking I'd work on, like, Arthur after that. Then I actually kind of started to work on Scotsman a little bit. And then I just stopped. So that's going to be one for the future, but I don't know when. Because I didn't feel like making it when I just kind of was just starting. And after that, I was thinking maybe work on some other things, which I'm not going to say, because it's a surprise, I guess, unless you follow me on other accounts. But it's just, I've been stuck, basically. And I think this is the one I want to work on. And now, to go into what I want to do. So, I think younger me laid the groundwork here. It was just executed horribly. Like, lining, of course, horrible. Paint's really lumpy. Absolutely horrible. And I'm gonna... You may have seen something on this side. This stupid nameplate. And so, to go on that, like... I'm just gonna say it. I used to print stuff on Google Slides. Yep. Because I didn't have any editors. And I didn't know how to make an arched nameplate. And then I found out, oh, you can do this thing, and oh, that might be a unique and cool nameplate, and with a cool name. No, I'm changing all that. I'm just getting rid of the nameplate, and getting rid of the name, gonna name it something else, don't know yet. And just this, I think I said something about it being abstract, like the nameplate, and that's kind of dumb, if I'm honest. But it's just, I hate the things that younger me thought were cool on this. But it's just, no, I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna make it a lot better. And you see, it's falling apart a bit. This one, it's my thing. I kind of was just messing with this before I started, and I don't know why I forgot, but I ripped the front like pony check off. I think they're called. But yeah, it's like I'm gonna be changing some stuff up. I'm gonna be not doing some things, adding some things, replacing some parts. Like I'm gonna redo like the double funnel, the safety valve bit because I don't like the shape. Just I kind of just gotta go and do the things that I think I have in mind. And just, let's see. Oh, also, before I start taking it apart, I'm just gonna say, I don't think I'm gonna keep it in this blue. Because this is like a Caledonian blue. Don't get me wrong, I like Caledonian blue, but Caledonian blue on a Great Western engine doesn't make too much sense. And I don't think I want to do an actual BR blue. Because just, I don't know. This is an OC, you could say. And yeah. So I'm thinking, actually... no, I'm just going to say it later. I'm going to say the liveries I got in mind because I'm still thinking about it. So just now, I'll start with just taking it apart, ripping some stuff off, and sanding. Alright, so now this thing's in pieces, I ripped some parts off, and I'll go over what I did. Starting with the simple thing, the tender. And the motor I just left alone. Literally nothing to do with this because this is the one where the wheels are attached. So yeah, and also it has a wiring, so I think I could shove a battery in this and it should work. But yeah, so I left these parts on, but I did clean them up a bit, because there was glue marks on the bottom, and oh, this looks a little bumpy, I may need to straighten that at the bottom. This side should be fine, but it was just, I cleaned up the glue marks at the bottom. I ripped those off, like, with a knife and stuff. I need to sand this and make the top a bit smoother, but overall, I think it can stay. These two should be good. But I did remove the back one, as it was pretty bumpy, and I wanted to redo it. So really, just with that, and I did some sanding. I was going to try and remove all the paint here, but I remembered the stickers underneath, and I don't want to deal with that. So I just kind of sanded it down a lot, or it may not look like it, but I sanded it down to get it as smooth as I can. Probably will do it a bit more, but yeah, that's it for that. And I did nothing to the smoke box except for sand. Well, yeah, I sanded the smoke box and got rid of the old pipes. I forgot what they're called, just the steam pipes at the side, I forgot. But yeah, it was just really bumpy there, so I smoothed that out, sanded it, tried to get rid of some of the mold lines. And here, removed a lot of the paint because it was really bumpy. And actually, a thing about this is, I might not even use this. I'm not sure. I'm going to think about it, but maybe. On here, nothing special. Well, for one, I removed the front bit and cleaned this up. Still have a little bit to go, but that can be done during the shaping. And I might replace this bit. I'm not sure, but it maybe can stay. I might replace it, just, I don't know yet. A bit too early, but it was like something like this before. So, gotta figure that out. There's like a layer of paper over here, so just gotta get to that. And as you may see, a little bit of sanding, and really nothing on the bottom. This stayed the same, because, you know what? No, this is still going to need work. This ripped off the old guides for the side rod bits. I forgot what they're called, just like slide bars? I don't know, maybe. And you got just the wheels on the truck here. Now for the main bit, the shell. And, well, first of all, I removed the side bits, just sanded that down, got rid of the paper that was covering the window. And on here, this used to be an old shape Henry, or like 25% an old shape Henry, because I never really worked much on it. But it's just, I had the back thing cut off, and I just needed to replace that. So I had like a James one there before, and it wasn't really well glued on. I still have it in here, I think. Yeah, I think I can see. Yeah, it's in there, You guys can't see it, but I can. So I'll just be re-gluing that back on, but a bit neater. And as well as the elephant in the room, I believe that's how that phrase is used, is just the firebox is all gone. Ripped it up, took it apart. Yeah. And, well, two things. One, I didn't like how it looked. I feel like it looked too square, so I need to make a new version. I wanted to anyway. And the second thing is I kind of need to for the next step. It's really big, and it's in relation to the boiler. Now, to bring in another custom, for example, that I never truly showed the full process of, and that would be Henry. And so, what are you thinking about the boiler? If you may notice, he has the slope, which I think it's called a tapered boiler, but I'm not 100% sure. Just correct me, or let me know if anyone knows. I think it's a tapered, but I'm not sure. What I'll be doing is the same thing, but it's actually in like a custom video now. And what that essentially was, you got the top of the boiler, but I cut off the main bit from like here. So I detached the boiler, right? I cut it. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but it's like you cut the top off basically under the what are these called? Handrails. You cut it under the handrails. But then I kind of kept this part level. Had to cut it a bit to make it fit, but you raise this. Then I put some hot glue here. I don't recommend it, but that's just what I did. And tried to smoothen it out to get the to fill the gap as I did bring it up. Am I making sense here? Because basically all I did is cut, raise, glue. That I should have just said that from the beginning. I wasted a bunch of time on that. But yeah, what I gotta do, cut under here, raise it, glue it, and I'd probably want to do that before or midway with the firebox thing. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of complicated, but I think I can do it as I technically pulled it off first try, yeah. I don't know, I think it should be okay. But it's definitely going to be one of the tough bits of this 2.0 thing. But I think it'll help the look overall and a lot. So just, I'm getting really stuck with what I want to say. That may be quite obvious, but yeah. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start work on the cutting and the shaping. I may stop halfway through to show how I'm making the boiler, but I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. So I might just go ahead and do all the cutting and shaping, or I might just do a bit of the cutting and shaping, then show you what I'm doing, because I would like to go into a bit of more detail with the boiler and how I'm doing that. So I'm kind of losing it here on what I want to do, so I'm just going to cut to the next scene. And now, the shaping is all done. Now, here it is. So, this is the shape that the King Class 2.0 will hold. And here, sorry, I have stuff around my table. I just gotta move that. Alright, so here it is. And first, let's start with the tender. I basically did, nothing. Removed the old bits that weren't needed, which was just some of the old paint. Same one here, made it all smoother. And the two boxes in the front, I did not need those, so yeah, just got rid of them. I replaced the little water cap because it was way too big. And this part was just really rough, so I wanted to redo that. So that's it for the tender. Now here, this is the big part. First of all, I got the tapered or slanted boiler. I think tapered's the name. And I said I was maybe going to do a halfway part showing what I did. But no, I'll post some photos on screen as I'm doing that, or I'm talking about this. So what I did is I cut the hole in the middle under the handrail, and then I raised it a bit and glued it on. And kind of filled it in with the glue. I used the hot glue gun to shape, which I don't recommend. It's just what I do. But hey, it worked out pretty well for Henry, so I thought might as well try it again. And it's a bit difficult because the splashers are in the way. I didn't think about that last time, but I managed. But another thing is, I had to do this because I might have got the height wrong if I didn't have this on, like, midway. So I had to do this as this was, like, half done. This is simply just cardboard. I wrapped it on and glued it, but I had to cut it to, like, the right shape. It took some maneuvering and stuff. In the front, I filled it with some clay. And I've done this in the past before, but only, like, for stuff like the king class. Very rare that I use it nowadays because it's air-dried clay and it cracks way too easy, but it should work since it was in there before. Like, that's what I had doing the same thing with the 1.0 did. So it should work. It shouldn't crack since it has stuff around it, but just that's why I don't use it much. But yeah, it's in there. And you got the double whistles, or the two whistles, and they're kind of covered by these, but they're very small and were hard to get and doesn't look very good. And I'm changing my methods here, because if you've seen some of my old videos with, like, Henrys and Gordons, I use, like, a whole slab of paper on the side of the cap. But now I'm just filling in that one box bit, smoothing it out. Yeah. And the safety valve. Instead of using that one Lego piece, I used a... Here, I'll get the thing. And this one's painted, yeah, same for the other one, but I just need to clean it up, because I'm going to be using this for something else. It's just this Lego piece, but I cut it down and put stuff on the side, just cardboard. And I've learned this from actually making Alder for my friend, if anyone remembers this video, yeah? It's just, you know, it's pretty easy, actually. It just takes a lot of cutting, and you gotta be a bit precise about it. And to keep going on the stuff on the top of it is the funnel. The thing I'm not sure of and may replace, because I was actually cutting the funnel off and I lost it. And I was just, I didn't like the look of, like, anything. So, I think this is the closest I'm going to get, because actually, let me grab my Ryan. One thing I was thinking is, I used the funnel like this, or used the same Lego bit, so might as well have worked, maybe. Just, I don't know, I'm going to have to paint it and see. So, next is, let's start with the front. So you got 2 lamp irons, and the box filling in here, and I've actually put hot glue on the top, did that as well. It's easy for, like, those small bits. And if you notice, the middle is free. There's, like, nothing in it but a hole, because now, if I can get it in, a bell, yeah, because I really like it, because you see some king classes, or it was just one, I don't know, with a bell in the middle, and I just really like that, so I wanted to incorporate it in this design. And this part, I hate this so much. So, out of the old version, I used a wire, but this part, I used a Q-tip little stick. This is so hard to do, because it's just, you can't get a thing that bends well, or at least I don't have anything on hand. And just, I had to use what I got, and had to bend a lot, put glue over it to reinforce it and stuff, and just, this was a massive pain. And one thing you may see, this is now cardboard, because I have the old bit here. I ripped that off, because this is just a lot cleaner and nicer. Yeah. And let's see, let's start with the bottom. So you got the drawbars. I'm pretty sure I didn't know their name before, but I remember now. They're a lot thinner and neat, and it can turn. I like that a lot. And the 2 wheels. You have both. And this, it can no longer move. Or the first version, it was able to move a lot, but yeah, this one doesn't, because I'm remembering now I ripped it off from the beginning of this video, so you didn't even see that before, but yeah. And it also has outside bogies. It didn't have that on the first version too, but I just added the little suspension frame, whatever it is. Yeah, simple on the front. And I actually got this slab here to reinforce it, because this part was bending a little bit, but it's fine now, it's fine. And next thing is the Thomas smoke box. Oh wait, something I completely forgot to mention. I shortened the smoke box down a little bit, so now it isn't as long. It's a little shorter. So that's just something. But you got a fake boiler band and handrails. It's alright. Not perfect. And you got all that glue. While I'm painting and stuff, I'm going to I know how I'm going to do it, but I need to make sure this is all smoothened out. But I can do that. You have a handrail on the firebox as well. It's a little raised up, but it's okay. It's okay. And you got this box right here. I think it's for the valve gear bit, but I'm not sure. Some engines have that. I assume, but this little box goes to this, which I added. And let's see, what else? Oh, other side's different. It just has 2 little bits filling it in, if you can see that on the light. Because, like, with all the pictures I've seen, the 2 sides do have some differences. And really, with that, that's it for the shaping. But here, oh, this bell fell off. I'll put that here. Something I want to show is the size comparison, right? So this is a Henry. Here, so Henry from the same length. And the tender spacing is a bit different, I think, but this is overall pretty similar, so it's definitely longer. But I'll bring Murdoch in. Oh, ignore that. I'll help later. He's just a bit longer. So it's like, I think it was like ridiculously long before, but now I'm kind of happy with it. This is coming out better than I thought, a lot different than I thought, but should be okay. And so I'm gonna say this. I said earlier that I was trying to decide on the livery, and now I have, and that will be. I'm not saying it until I put it on, just for everyone to see, because there's gonna be a little middle step here, something I want to try, something different than just getting to the base coat. So with that, I'm just gonna paint and do it. So, or not paint, but you'll see. It's something I bought and something I want to try putting on this. So, I'm just gonna get to it. Ta-da! Here you see, I put some primer on. And, well, this was a thing. This was interesting to do, because if you remember, I used some primer in the past, and although it didn't end up bad, there were some inconveniences and it didn't turn out too well. And this seems to be a little better, but not far off. Because this time I used a different brand. I got Rust-Oleum, which, I mean, it says it's flat, and I guess I'm maybe just reading it wrong, but I thought it was going to be like a matte, but it's kind of like, it's a little in between, like not as glossy as the one I used before. But yeah, it's just, I did have some issues. Like, I think it's just my brain saying this, but like, well, no, not my brain saying it, but it brought out all the details, which I was looking for that, but then I feel like I see everything that's wrong. And like, I sanded this down, yeah, I did that before this, but I did take some photos of when it was just fully that, and I'll put those on screen too. Yeah, have it sanded a bit, and I probably have to sand it more while I'm painting to have a good base on, but overall, But I mean, I'm talking negative about it, but at the same time, I actually like it, because look how much this brings it together. Like, maybe you gotta get it from an angle, or it's just, I don't know how it looks. It looks alright on camera, but it's so brought together. And like, the slant in the boiler, it's pretty subtle, but I feel like it helps the vibe overall. So, I'm a fan of this. It's just, I don't know, I don't think it was worth it for my style, because I don't think it mixes well with the hot glue, especially when I have to sand. So, I don't know. I'm definitely going to use the primer for some future things, because I'm just going to say, maybe considering painting some Erdls in the future. So I'm keeping the primer. I'm going to be definitely using it. But for now, I don't know if I'm going to use them for Trackmaster Customs all that much, because I get it, primer's pretty good, but just for my style, I don't know if it helps too much. So really, that's all I got to say for the primer bit. Just, this is something I want to try out, and of course, didn't you do primer on these. But just now I can start with the paint. And as I said, I decided on the paint I want to do, the colors and stuff, but I'm not going to say it until you see what I'm doing. So now I just got to put the base coat on, and actually I'm going to be doing both the base coat and the black, like the smoke box and stuff, because you'll just see, you'll get it when I do it. So now let's just put all that on. And now to show the livery. Ta-da! So, as you see, it is a matte black and a tad bit of gloss. So, the thing is, this is definitely a lot different than that, like, BR blue that was actually looking like a Caledonian blue because it was way too light. No. I've been thinking about this, and I like BR black. I think that would be nice. Just, like, it's gonna have red and white lines. And actually, my inspiration for this, I saw a tweet, like, there was this thing where, I think it was a castle wearing BR blue and BR black, and I really liked it, so I'm going to link that in the description just to give proper credit, because, man, BR black looks nice, and just that got me inspired and wanted to do that. And plus, I think it'll kind of fit for what I have in mind for this, so just two things and just mixed them together, so went with this. And here's the thing. This isn't fully done yet, because, I mean, it overall does have the coat, but here you see there's some marks, and I want to fill those out. I want to fix those. And one other thing I want to talk about is, I like it. I think the shape's overall really good, but you can really see the glue marks, and I don't like that. So I'm going to focus on fixing them a bit more, but I'm also hoping the lining will cover them up and make them look like, or make it stand out less, I'm hoping. So I'm not done painting the black. And here's also the running board. And the reason why I'm recording this and I'm not done is I want to get this done like today. I want to record this bit today and get to the tough parts. Because I'm just going to get to like a little bit of the personal life here, but I'm going to get my wisdom teeth out, and I don't know what talking's going to be like for like the days or two after that, so I want to record this now. So just in a few days then, but it's a school week, so I don't really work on customs during then, and it's going to be on the weekend when I get this, so I want to record this so I don't really have to do talking, basically. And so with that out of the way, just basically saying I just recorded this because still have a bit of painting to do, but this is the overall look. Yeah. And also one more thing, just here to kind of go on the topic of this again. It does work. The motor does work. So that's going to be fun. And now really, that's it. So along with just fixing the paint up and still working on that, I can start with the white and black lines. So I'll probably be back after all that. So it's been a while. Now, I know I've been saying this for the past maybe around 2 videos, but it's been quite a while since the last clip. And here's the thing. April and a little bit before has just been chaotic. Like, this is out in May probably, but really. Because, as I said in the last clip, I had my wisdom teeth out, so that was recovering for a week. And then after that, I started the lining. And it's like a few weeks after, I got sick for a week, so that was taking some time off, but all good now. And it's just, on top of all that, it's double lining, so that's taken forever. And on top of that, these paint pens are getting faulty, and I do not have replacement ones currently, so I've been using faulty paint pens for double lining, and that is painful. So just, yeah, it's been a while since the last clip, but I'm finally getting so close to finishing this, and I'm just excited to do that. So, it's been a while since I've done one of these, so now I'll just go over the lining. So, for this painful lining, honestly, I don't think I've hated lining this much for a good while. The red stripes on the boiler, those were easy. These, originally, they were going to be easy. I thought it was just going to be one red line, but then looked at some reference photos of VR Black, and it was both red and white. So that was so complicated, getting a good, cone shape. Or not cone, arch. I don't know why I said cone. Yeah. This one was especially giving me trouble, I remember that. And this was kind of difficult, but managed to get it. And it's like, I don't think this is my best lining. I don't think it looks that great, but it's passable. Passable, I think. And now the worst part. The tender. Now, I know, it looks alright. I'm by saying it's bad, it's not really bad. I'd say it's good, just I don't know, if I look really close, there's some parts I'm just not happy with. But the bottom line on both sides, that gave me so much trouble, and that was not fun. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Hobby Lobby and definitely get better paint pens after this. And now, this. So, as you see, I drew a little face, because I got bored at one point. I think his name's gonna be Saul. Yeah. And this, I still have to fix this. I don't want to. I don't want to do more lining, so I'm just going to wait to save this for the final detailing. And it doesn't count as lining, right? But it was going to originally be a white and red line, but no, I'm going with red. I am not doing this again. And simply here, just red on the pistons. So really, that is all I have to say for the lining. And now, it's just for the final detailings. I got to fix this up because it was dragged around a lot. So, repaint that. Paint the stuff over here. Get the red on the front. A little bit of gold right here. Gold in windows. A bit of gold on the top of the wheel arches, but that's going to be easy. This all should be easy now, so maybe I'd say from this clip, pretty soon I'm going to be done, and I am happy with that personally, because this is a big gap in between videos, and although I'm not really pressuring myself with making videos, but I do want to get this out kind of soon at least, because, yeah, it's been a while. So I don't know, just excited to get to this, so I'm going to stop talking and just start doing the final details. So, here are the final details all done. And first, I'm going to go over this. So, simply, really all I did was just add gold on the... Are they slide bars? I keep forgetting the name. I think that's the name. I could be wrong. On here, fixed up the wheels and added a bit of black, so when it's under the chassis, it kind of blends in. I painted the front on the tender because that was just not painted for some reason. And I also fixed the paint a bit. And on here, you got red on the front, black coupling, silver buffers, and actually something I changed. Instead of doing gloss with a red light or a red line on the bottom, I just did matte black because a lot of BR black does do that. And I think that one image that I'm talking about earlier did have that, so yeah. And on here, you got a couple things. Copper cap, which it doesn't blend in too well, but I'm going to weather it, so I think that'll even it out. This too. Gold, or the whistles are gold. I ended up keeping the safety valve and top of the wheel arches just black, because I added gold, right, to both parts, but it just looked ugly. Normally gold helps, but just did not in this case, so yeah, I like this a lot better. And you may notice something looks a little different. Got a new window method. So as you see, it's kind of 3D. And what I did was I got some cardboard, I cut around it, and just for example like this. So I cut it around, sticked it on, and painted it. So 1, it gives me a base for the line, and 2, which just kind of looks nice. But it depends on the line, because some stuff's embedded into the cab, like this window in the front. But this one, it kind of stuck out a bit, or the edge. So I thought that would be something to try, and might be interesting. So that's it for this. Silver and red right here. And really, that is it. So now is the big part. Now I can finally weather it, which it's going to be black against black, so can't really do much. But I have some spots where I can weather. And the clear coat. So just that, then this will all be done. Gonna do that now. So now, here is all the final details, or, well, weathering all done. So, first I'm going to go over, well, I'll just show the wheel. So you see, like, matte clear coat gives it that kind of texture. Although, I don't know, it's not super matte, not super glossy, and I like it. Here, you get a little bit of coal dust on the back. Because, I mean, I went just crazy with the coal dust. Not really noticeable on here. And I put so much on the tender, actually. Like, I wanted to try and make it look visible. But the clear coat just, like, gets rid of it. But, I mean, it's okay, because you can kind of see it on the lines in a way. Just, you see that, they almost look kind of grimy, I'd say. And that's what I wanted to go for. And then here, you got Saul. Where's his hat? Ah, there it is. Here you go, gold buddy. Alright, so you got weathering on the front. I did some scratch marks as well. They're not too noticeable, like a little bit right here. A little over here. Oh, I thought they'd look kind of cool. And also, I fixed something. I forgot to paint black on the sides because the red was going through. So, I fixed it because I just forgot to paint here and clean things up, but I cleaned it up. A lot of weathering, but like before, you can't see it on the black. And the hat fell off. And this, I like. I'm liking it better now. So the clear coat, it does bring stuff together. And you can't see the weathering. I did a whole lot. I don't know why I keep doing this. It does not show. Yeah, something I did do. So as you see on the top, it's a bit grayish, silvery. And what I did was I got a silver paint pen, ran it atop real quick, and smeared it with a Q-tip. Because what I wanted to do is, like, kind of just make the paint look like it's been rusting, not rusting, but more like getting washed away, weathered, I don't know. I wanted to make it look worn down, basically. And yeah, just added it on the top. There is the copper cap, in this case gold, I weathered it a bit, and it does suit the thing more. And just really, there isn't much to talk about. But I like how it looks. I'm really happy with it, actually. So, really, there is not much to go over now. So, with that, it's time to do the final big thing. Just put it together. Here we go. So, after quite a few months, and just, a lot went on, as I said. Just been a bit crazy, so after just all that time, finally, I finished this thing. I'm actually just so happy with this, because you had that blue version, right? It was like supposed to be BR blue, but it literally was just a Caledonian blue. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do miss that blue, but I think for what I have in mind, the black just makes a lot more sense and works better. And plus, I think it looks cool still. I like it either way. And here, I'll just kind of go over what it is. So here you got the tender. I like it. You can see, like, the lines are a bit weird now, but that's because of the weathering, and I'm happy with that. You got the back, and it's just a matte black. There isn't too much to say, but, might as well go over it. Lining in the back. This lining was just, the lining was the worst part, I'm gonna be real. That was the part that took the longest, and happy that that's done. admit I have some plans in the future that do involve double lining, but I hope I don't have to do that soon. Yeah. And I like the new window method. I'm going to be doing that for on the stuff that I can. I would have made this gold, but it really just did not look nice. Maybe if it was weathered like the copper cap, but I don't know. But yeah, this does look a lot better weathered. It was just way too shiny compared to everything else. Let's see, here's the thing. It does free roll, but it does get caught a little. On track, it's better. I tested that. But I think it's just like getting caught on the drawbar, and I can fix that. And second thing, it is motorized, yeah. Although, kind of just, I don't know if you can tell, but it struggles to carry the tender, so I don't know. The string is the main thing to do. And now you may notice it doesn't have a face. And similar to like my other stuff, like mainly my lady, it's just, I don't have a face ready yet. I need to work on one. And, I mean, I have one in mind. I think I know what I want it to look like, but I don't have the time to start yet. And also, a little bell. I can remove it easily. Just, it's held on with some blue tack on the inside. So, it just, if I want to have the bell there, I can. If I don't, I take it off. Simple as that. But it's just like, this was really just such a big improvement from the old one. Going back and redoing old projects is just, it's fun, you know? And this weathering on the top, I actually kind of like it, not gonna lie. But I might modify it and do a few more spots. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm just saying I may come back to it, but I'm not sure yet. So, I'll do a little 360 mainly. Just for the people who may want to see it. But yeah, I was about to say it's pretty simple. This was not simple. Like, I admit, past me did do a decent job with the shape, just very poorly done. Yeah, just, you know, the idea was there, it's just, it looked ugly. But this, I think, looks alright. And just one thing is, if I had to complain, just this boiler, which I talked about earlier, how I did that, it's like, it's slanted, it's subtle, but it's there. It's like the angle, it's weird, and plus it's really long, so it's kind of hard to see, but it's just filling it in, that barely worked. I need to find a method for that, because just, I don't like how lumpy it is, but I'll live with it. I got it down enough to where I'm happy, I guess. But just, yeah, either way, I'm super happy with this. Yeah. Well, actually, I gotta think, because I don't know if it's a favorite, but at the same time, it's like, maybe in the top 10 of my best models, I'd say. I like it. And just, one more thing. This bit right here, I'm happy to actually get a decent one, because the old ones look so bad, and I don't even know how I wanted to do this. So, this was a big custom to make, a bit. Just a bit of a remaster, you could say. And now I don't really know what to say, because it's been a while since I've been recording all this, so with that, this is my King Class 2.0 in BR Black. And in relation to that, I will link the tweet that I saw that inspired me to make it in BR Black in the description, so if you want to see it, that's it. But this is my King Class, all done. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye!